Hey, good afternoon traders, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at a Bitcoin miner, HUT, H-U-T. And I want to show you some interesting things I'm seeing in the chart. It's one of the more bullish, I would say, charts in the miner space. All of them look a little interesting, some obviously better than others, but HUT in particular, it has some very bullish things going on. And I think this thing could easily hit $30, and I'm going to show you why. So here we sit, finishing out the week at what, $23.32. But what's interesting about this is we had this very kind of systematic breakout structure as we progressed down from a low of about $10. So I want to show you kind of how that unfolded, right? So we had this high up here at about $31, and then we had an aggressive impulse down all the way to about $10.11. And from there, we created this nice little cup pattern and handle. Then from there, we broke out of that cup and we back tested it, overthrew it here, had what's called a bear trap here. That's definitely the only way to look at it. Is a lot of people got shook out of their positions there. And then we recaptured that neckline. Then from there, moved till we hit some resistance in this $22 range. Then from there, we created this flag pattern, and now we've had 3 consecutive days up until today of bullish breakout structure, breaking through that local high here, even breaking through and closing above that one. For today, we had a slight little retrace, but what was nice is it retested that breakout of 2280. So very, very bullish price action in my opinion. And now we actually have this bigger cup pattern, right? So now you have this cup here and now this handle, right? So it's obviously a bull flag, but it's also a cup and handle on the bigger time frame. So I want to do a couple things. The first thing I want to do is I want to first measure this initial cup to get that price target from that breakout. Okay, so we haven't even realized the breakout price point of that initial cup and handle, right? So that's good. So we still, we still haven't hit this target of about 24.34. But now, if we now put in the new cup and handle pattern, it would give us a target from the breakout, which would be right there. This would give us a target at about $36, $35.46 to be exact. That is massive, and I can see it happening, and I can see it happening relatively quickly. This is very, very bullish price action. You've had, like I said, a very systematic step breakout retest, breakout retest structure, and we're just moving higher. We just now broke out of here. Let me take this price target off. So we had this nice breakout on good volume yesterday, and then today we had this retrace. So everything here looks super constructive. We're confidently above and positioned nicely above the cloud, which is the 9 and the 21. We have RSI kind of just resetting a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised to have a couple bullish or a couple days of consolidation. This is kind of how I see this going. Another maybe retest here, and then boom, I think we fill this gap is probably the next stopping point for us. Right there at this gap fill at 2606. So this is going to be my first real target on this. Then it's going to be the realization of the initial cup and handle, and then I think we'll have a stopping point kind of in this area at 31, 32. And then I think ultimately we're going to hit and achieve that $36 level, especially as Bitcoin, recaptures some of its ground on its recent sell-off and starts moving higher over the next couple of months. So I love everything about this. The volume looks great. There's no massive red sell candles. There's only big accumulation candles. So everything looks great. We're now through this high volume node right here, getting into this kind of lower volume node, but decent volume. And then you can see, I think we fill that gap. And then from there, let me kind of show you what I think will happen. It would be good once we hit that level to have a retest of that. And then so that is my preferred and primary pathing on this. I'm long the name. I have both calls and stock. in this. So if you're not already in, you essentially what you're going to be looking for is a hold of this 2277. And if you put in a few days, we want 4 or 5 days of bullish consolidation right here, and that would build out a bull flag. We could even dip, if the market sells off next week, it's not bad if we wick down into this range. So if you're looking to get in, aggressive entry point would obviously be here at 2274, but a more advantageous entry point would be about $22. And you can, if you're worried stop loss wise, you can put your stop down below it. But yeah, I think it holds this cloud. I think we formed this bullish consolidation, maybe something like this. Something like this would be great. That would be a little aggressive. I don't think you're going to get that, but you may get something that kind of forms like this. I'm just giving you some speculation here. Maybe it does something like this, and then you get something like that. We build out this little flag right here, and then boom, we're off to 2601. Then, like I said, retrace, and then yeah, I think this thing can move. So hopefully, guys, you enjoyed the analysis today. No financial advice given, always educational, and to show you what I'm doing with my own trading portfolio. Love this play. Hopefully you guys love it too. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, comment below, tell me what you're thinking about on this chart, if you like it, if you're long, if you're short, and yeah, wait for the next one, because I got a couple good ones coming out over the weekend. Going into next week, I'm super jazzed about what I think is going to present itself in terms of volatility and where this market can go. So I'll bring you bangers as they unfold and as I analyze the charts over the weekend. And yeah, be sure to be subscribed to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.